Coming to you live from Melbourne, Johannesburg, this is the Grumpy Old Homo Show with Mark Hawkins and Trevor Harper.
And hello, good evening.
Yeah, welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Well, I'm not so grumpy today as I was on Monday.
Yeah, a little bit better.
I felt like I had the menopause set in.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's Thursday, the 19th of November, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo Show.
Yeah, boy.
And yeah, we are coming live to you from Melville. I love Melville.live.
Yeah, I hope you've all had a good week.
Yeah.
The week got progressively better after Monday. Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Still not the best ever, hey?
Yeah, so not the best. But anyway, we're getting there. We are, you know what, every day at a time. We're just taking one day at a time. Tonight in our show, we are going to be talking about training performers and keeping performers working.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking to the wonderful Portia Kubeko, who runs the Masekule Arts Project, and
has just released an album.
Yes, and who's just released an album. She's a gospel musician, actually.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be talking to
Debbie Turner, who's CEO of Cape Town City Ballet.
Yeah.
All the way from Cape Town. In terms of her taking over the company and running the company, and then COVID, gush, here's a big COVID thing.
Yeah.
But making,
let's hear all the scandals. So, it's that seems to be a hot topic tonight, and we're going to be looking at having a chat to them and see how they managed to keep going over the last 9 months.
Yeah,
when so many other performers haven't. So, that's our program this evening.
Yeah, that's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think, are we going to do the commercial? Let's go to commercial. And then when we come back, we'll give you some hot skinner off the headlines today. So when we come back, we're going to tell you what's going on. Oh, big cuck today. But anyway, anyway, we're going to tell you all about it when we come back.
Hey, yes, you. I Love Marvel.live presents Black Friday, an on-air advertising opportunity for your business. For just 250 Rand, you can advertise your product or service on our platform for 10 minutes. And guess what? It's to an audience of 170,000 viewers. That's crazy. For more information, dial 011-718-2600 or simply email ilam.livesales@gmail.com. Increase your sales today. Don't be an idiot.
Guess what, livers? Spar Melville is giving away a food hamper valued at 500 Rand. To win, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, I Love Melville Live, and engage on our weekly shows, Melville Streets in the morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Melville Drive in the afternoon from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. right here on ilovemelville.live.
And we're back.
There we go. We've been to the marketplace. It's interesting to see the developments in I Love Melville. There's some really exciting program going on.
Yeah.
Some really interesting chats going down. So, and I see there's a new program called the Melville Residents Association program.
I'm sure people are going to
with Johan Prince. Yeah.
Quetch.
Are the podcasts available on I Love Melville? I would imagine. Hey, we want to know all about the stuff because, I mean, can residents phone in and like have a moan? Oh, yeah, because we love a good moan, right?
I'm going to use all my airtime.
Talking about moaning, Zuma versus Zondo.
Gosh.
What was he called? Somebody called him something once, but it was all reference to his head. Anyway, Zuma.
Yeah.
Anyway, the former president has walked out of the Zondo Commission today after the deputy chief justice refused to recuse himself from the commission on good reasons and for good legal argument. And the Deputy Chief Justice Zondo said there was no evidence to indicate that he, as chairperson, would not be able to bring an impartial mind and be open to persuasion in the adjudication of proceedings. Former President Jacob Zuma has left the state capture inquiry without permission.
After the tea break.
Yeah. Well, he went for a tea break.
Get a free cake.
This comes in the wake of Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo dismissing the former president's application for recusal on the grounds that Zuma failed to meet the test for a reasonable apprehension of bias. I love that.
I just want to know
Yeah.
who's paying for all this stuff.
Oh no, we
Us.
are. Yeah, you know those taxes you paid from money that you don't have, right? Yeah. That's where it's coming from, and it's running into hundreds of millions rand.
It's getting absolutely crazy and ridiculous.
If Deputy Chief Justice wants to show his mettle, he must have the bugger arrested and put into jail.
Hung.
Yes, yeah. Well, you don't hang in this country anymore, which is I don't want to be contentious. Yeah. Zuma said that Zuma had been summoned to be at the inquiry from Monday to Friday unless he had been excused by the Deputy Chief Justice. It is not clear what action Zondo will take. We hope he's going to put him in jail, have him arrested for contempt of the commission.
Yeah, I mean, completely
yeah.
the law.
Anyway, just shows. But you know what the issue that really freaks me out is that this example is set for the younger generation to say, I can defy any level of authority and I don't have to respect the law. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my personal bugbear. And what have you managed to tell us tonight?
I tried to not do anything negative today.
Because last night you nearly had me. On
we
Monday
were all
night
in
you
tears.
nearly-
Yeah. But today, while South African government and many mainstream media news sites push the total cases here at Good Things Guy, where I got this from, we like to look at the same numbers in a different way, a way that breaks down the big number into what it really means. Thank God. And by doing this, we are able to see how our recoveries far outweigh our active cases. We're talking about COVID. By breaking it down, we can report that today we only have 35,054 active cases and can celebrate 701,534 recoveries. We also currently have a 97.5% recovery rate in closed cases and are making our way to even more recoveries every single day.
However, I saw something Zweli Mkhize said today. They're still undecided if they're going to strengthen the lockdown. Yeah. I can tell you now. I'm going to tell you now they're going to give us. I'm sorry, I had to be the prophet of doom, but I mean,
I'm trying to be positive today.
We're going to get landed with a restriction over Christmas. I can tell you now.
Well, we can't even afford a chicken, never mind a turkey.
We're going to have to go and hunt one down.
And another good thing,
geese at the dam. Have you eaten roast goose?
I love Peking duck. Chinese. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Chinese will cook anything.
But it is the one. We all know and love Nomkebo Zikode, who was with that whole thing. And we said we would never talk about Jerusalem.
Goodbye, KG.
But I've always been worried about her because she's always been left out. It's KG.
Yeah.
But her enchanting voice has become the voice of the unity felt across the world, all thanks to Jerusalem. She was born in Hammersdale, KwaZulu-Natal, and she studied information technology before leaving home and pursued a career in music. So she spent 15 years as a backup singer and faced a few troubles in the industry, but it was when she met Master KG that things really changed. Teaming up with him, she lent her vocals to the now famous song since its popularity, and she has released a debut studio album called Kola Moya Wham. Master KG worked with her, collaborating on some of the songs.
Good for him.
She's now been has a personal success, obviously, and she's gone international. She signed an international deal with Sony ATV Music Publishing. The singer-songwriter will be lending her talents to one of the biggest international music corporations in the world. So thank God for that. And she's been given some kind of recognition. Yeah. Go girl, go girl, go girl.
Well, fantastic. I mean, I read a rather interesting interview with her, and she's divine. And Nomkebo has done really well. And of course, I'm so glad that Jerusalem has launched her finally, so here we go. The newly formed South African United Cultural and Creative Industries Federation, now isn't that a mouthful? Hosted their very first AGM this week and elected an interim steering committee. Yay. I don't know why it always has to be interim, but anyway. The Federation was launched in October 2020 to be an umbrella body comprising of some of the organizations and private companies that united after the national march that took place in August this year due to the financial crisis affecting the cultural and creative industries. It is the first CCI membership-based federation with affiliates. Says newly elected president of the federation, Sibongile Ngoma, our friend, the formation of SARCIF, as we call it, as the first federation that is founded by artist organizations by themselves, for themselves, is a win for the cultural and creative industries. It's the dawn of a new era. So, yes, congratulations to Sibongile Ngoma, who has been elected as the interim president. With various, they have two deputy presidents, one for the culture industries, Mr. Romeo Ramadua, and deputy president for creative industries, Mr. Tandile Pechwa. And so we'd wish them well. It's time for them to start representing. The federation should now make a parliamentary approach. In my, there's enough people who are supporting this federation. They should make a, can you imagine? I don't know how about you, but the city of Joburg's knocking on the door, wanting to turn the lights off and disconnect the water, and I can't imagine how many other creative and cultural workers are facing the same dilemma. It's about time they've all got to wake up, and the federation should go in there and seek to represent us in Parliament as soon as possible.
Completely.
Otherwise, I'm going to start my own union.
Oh, another one.
Anyway,
we have two members.
Speaking of Sibongile Ngoma, the very talented Miss Ngoma is going to be appearing in Joburg. She lives in Bloemfontein at the moment. She's directing the Free State University Choir, but she's coming up to Joburg next week or the week after. She's going to be performing at Nikki's Jazz Restaurant on Friday and Saturday.
Nikki's by the market.
Yes. Nikki's Jazz Restaurant on Friday and Saturday the 27th and 28th of November at 7 p.m. There's an entrance fee of 150 Rand, and if you don't know where it is, it's 138 Lillian Ngoyi Street, Newtown, right opposite the Market Theatre. Please RSVP is essential at 067 881 3054, and you can follow them at Nick is Jazz. So Nikki's Jazz Restaurant, who has been a stalwart in jazz music from years and years and years. So I'm looking forward to that concert. Are we going, Mark?
Yeah, we must.
Yeah, okay.
Also, some good news for us LGBTQIA plus people.
You're actually getting it right.
I am, eh?
Yeah, I think you could swap the last three letters around a little bit.
I know people do always. And I'm like, well, what are you saying? You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The executive mayor of Johannesburg, Jeffrey Makubo, says that he and the city are committed to supporting the LGBTQI plus community.
Well,
according to the city's official newsletter, Jeffrey declared that the administration of South Africa's biggest city would not tolerate discrimination against any resident based on their sexuality. Let's see if that holds. But yeah, I mean, that's a...
Well, it's all very well to talk the talk as long as they walk the walk. And we want to see some tangible results. And maybe we should just hold them to book for that and start checking them up on them. So it's just...
with your new union...
Okay, any frustrated quiz or need a sidebar activity, let's go and march. Just for the hell of it. I mean, anybody can march.
But also that wonderful Jacinda Ardern appointed Grant Robertson, New Zealand's first openly gay man, to deputy prime minister role.
Well, it's about time, really. I mean, talking about which, Kamala Harris swearing to open up a major opportunity for LGBT plus representation in the US Senate. Old Orange Clunge has still not decided he's going to concede. I just think they get the National Guard and get him out of the White House. You know what I mean? It's time to move on. Get over yourself.
What is that costing?
He's such a dunce, really. Harris has represented California in the United States Senate since 2016. But he's set to give up her seat in the chamber on January 20th as she assumes office as Joe Biden's second in command. Under the rules of the chamber, it will be up to Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, to appoint an interim senator to fill the seat temporarily, serving until a special election can be held to elect a full-time replacement for Kamala Harris. LGBT plus campaigners have called on Newsom to use the opportunity to bolster queer representation in the Senate, which has only ever had 2 out LGBT plus members, Senators Tabby Baldwin and Kirsten Sinema. So yes, let's see if they're going to get that together. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
So-
Also, because you interrupted me,
Sorry.
Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announced her new cabinet lineup after her Labour Party won re-election in a landslide victory last month. She has assigned a number of Indigenous Maori lawmakers to top positions, including Nanaya, I don't know if that's correct, the pronunciation, Mahuta, who will take on the role of foreign minister, and Calvin Davis, who will be Minister of Children. New Zealand elected its most diverse parliament ever on October the 17th. Almost half the country's MPs are one, and around 10% are from the LGBTIA plus community. Isn't that amazing? Things are starting to change. Eh?
I know. It's called the gay blade. We're taking over
The
everything.
gay blade, it's like a menorah.
Cutting
Remember
through this
menorah blade?
heteronormativity.
Hey,
My big word for 2020.
remember menorah blades?
Yeah, don't we? Yeah.
How many cuts did you have at school when you had to try and shape?
No, we didn't use menorahs. I was lucky.
No, well, I was taught to shave with a menorah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, dreadful. I know.
Yeah.
I went straight to twin blades, doll. Because I only started getting fluff late in my life.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at
But
least
I
got
had
a
to.
full
I was in the drill squad at school, and we
You
had
were
to
what?
a drill squad. You know, yeah. No.
Are you serious?
I went to join the band. To
Well,
get
we
out of
know
assembly.
why you went to join the boys,
boys
the
of the
band.
but to get out of assembly, and it was the wrong thing to do because we had to march then outside in the sun in summer. For the whole time everyone was in assembly, and you go into class and you're just sweating. It was hideous.
I know.
But
Durban.
anyhow, they kicked me out
Yeah.
of the band because I said, "No, I want to do trumpet."
Yeah.
And I mean, I couldn't do anything.
Sounded like a cracked fart.
But because I was a dancer, they put me into the drill squad,
Oh.
which was even worse because you just marched up and down all the time. We did the competition and we had to shave. I said, "But I've got bump fluff, you know?
Yeah.
You have to shave."
Mm.
So I got my father to teach me how to shave with a menorah blade. So I arrived, with a lot of cuts.
With a lot of pieces of toilet tissue
Toilet
stuck in your
paper,
back.
yeah. Like those bad comics. Remember the
Yeah,
bad
I
comics?
remember those. Yeah, fantastic. Anyway, so I mean, I don't know if anybody. Are you following Drag Race? Are you following The Crown? I find it so convoluted.
Johnny, I watched the whole series. I've just got like 45 minutes of the last episode
Really?
to watch. Yeah,
No, I must say it's taken a bit of dedication on my part.
I know. She's irritating me. But,
I must say, Margaret Thatcher. I
Margaret,
mean,
oh,
Gillian
God.
Anderson is amazing as Margaret Thatcher, but gosh, she was an irritating woman.
Yeah.
But I mean, they've, so there's some inaccuracies. I mean,
Completely, yeah.
I mean, for argument's sake, Mark Thatcher getting lost in the Dakar rally is nowhere close to the Argentine War, the Falklands War. You know what I mean? So I think it's called artistic license for the writer.
Artistic differences. He
Yeah.
saw himself as alive. I
think he was just trying to cover too much base at the same time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Anyway,
But also, I mean, the whole Charles and Diana, I mean, they were happy at some point, you know.
yeah, but she did go a bit more, and she did puke a lot.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I would puke a lot with him.
Oh no, gosh, can you imagine that on top of you?
No. I mean, flip. I didn't say the word. People.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
didn't.
say
Oh,
it.
you're so bad. You're so bad.
Yeah.
If anybody objects, don't phone the BCCSA. We won't help you because we're not registered. So we're not applicable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
yeah.
fans of drag race, and flamenco
haven't been
dancing.
Yeah.
Take note, World of Wonder has just announced the latest RuPaul's Drag Race spin-off, Drag Race España.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Spain?
In Spain.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can you'll be able to tap your feet a lot, stamp your heels a bit.
But I thought he had kind of pulled out of the whole thing.
Well, he has. I mean, but RuPaul will make a buck where he can make a buck. You know what I mean? I'm sure he owns the royalties to the content. So whoever's taking it over.
So what is that on? What?
The new series will follow the competition of a group of drag queens based in Spain to become the nation's next drag superstar. The show will air on A3 Player, the premium in Spain, and World of Wonder Presents Plus here in the US and other international markets. Well, we're not in the US. Sorry, I just should have, It is such an honor to welcome Spain to the Drag Race family, partner with A3, and bring the fierce, fabulous glamour of Spanish queens to new audiences around the world on WOW Presents Plus, World of Wonder co-founders Randy and Barbato said. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll talk to Mark Putman at our TV, and maybe we'll be able to see it through that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it'll hit YouTube in a minute. How's your Spanish?
My Spanish. Hole.
I was going to say, ole.
I could do brasillo. That means arms. Movement of the arm. Zapateado means footwork.
I'm quite impressed with you.
Castanet.
Castanet. I know what a bloody castanet is.
Vueltas is turns.
Yeah.
They all dance terminology. I was a flamenco dancer.
Yeah. Okay.
I even won some award or something.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me, all that stamping, doesn't it give you shin splints?
Well, I can't walk.
No, well,
No,
today that's all.
today,
You can't even bend over, really.
How do you know?
Well, I haven't seen you do.
No.
I haven't seen you do
Back
a
bend.
split for a while, dear.
I can, but I can't get up.
Yeah.
So as long as they cut when
Yeah.
I'm in the full split, then it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, but I think you should set that challenge again, Mark. I mean, come on.
I'm going to have to practice.
Yeah. Only over 50s, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, but what's going on, Matthew? Are we going to go to the commercial before we hook up with Portia, or what? What's going on?
All right. So we go to commercial break. Let's go to the marketplace.
Oh,
Or what do you think we should
and there's a
do?
video of 2 Cape Town Metro cops suspended after throwing man from wheelchair.
I saw that before I came here and I was
What?
so upset.
Oh, yeah, Hoi. Let's see.
Oh, it was just
No.
Oh no!
What is going on in Cape Town lately?
What the hell? I'd stop the world. I want to get off because I cannot deal with this.
I mean,
stuff.
that's. Oh, yeah, we're going to watch this video live. Yeah. Warning, the following visuals may upset sensitive viewers. Well, don't look, Mark, because you're very sensitive.
I've seen it.
Oh,
Okay, go.
oh my Lord. So, yeah, I mean, but also.
It's horrible.
What the hell? You know what? The policemen are getting out of control.
I'm sorry, I can't. Hey,
You know what?
mean,
There's
Wow.
something about there's something about the violence factor in our country. You know, you can't get your own way, break things. If you don't like what he's saying to you, chuck him out of his wheelchair. You know what I mean?
It's
There's
absolutely
no respect
disgusting.
in this country at the moment. It's
Disgusting.
making me very, very
And
annoyed.
it's also there's no repercussion.
Talking of which, you know what? I have you call me a conspiracy theorist if you like, but the point is that I think there's a concerted effort to destabilize the DA government in the Western Cape. Obviously, you know, the local elections are coming up next, and there's a great possibility that Cape Town could be lost to the DA. They've they took, quite a hiding during the couple of by-elections that they had, last week.
Yeah.
And I think these are the kind of things that people should pay attention to, and should stay. If you look at the protests that are going on at the Brackenfell High School, I mean, the kids are in the school hall writing their finals, and the PAC has now joined the band. You know what I mean? And so just like, come on, guys, when you just, I don't know, it's just an issue in this country.
These
Why
poor
will
kids
you?
have had a horrible year.
They've had a terrible year, but I mean, you disagree with something, then you got to destroy something. You've got to destroy your civil society. You've got to destroy everything in sight. You know what I mean? Look at the train stations. Look at, the infrastructure in the country. Come now, guys. How are we ever going to get to that Mandela's rainbow dream if we're going to continually? I don't know. I'm lost for words, really. I'm getting some nerves and it freaks me out.
Let's rather go to an ad break.
I think we should go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to hook up with Portia Quebeca and we'll talk about positive things and how her program is changing the life of youngsters in the world of music.
Yeah. Click.
Guess what, livers? Spar Melville is giving away a food hamper valued at 500 Rand. To win, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, I Love Melville Live, and engage on our weekly shows, Melville Streets in the morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Melville Drive in the afternoon from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. right here on ilovemelville.live.
And we're back. And on the line, hello, Portia.
Hi, Portia.
Hello, Trevor. How are you?
Good,
And
thank
Mark.
you. Well, let me just do a quick introduction. Portia was born in Orlando West, Soweto, South Africa, and she's a former lecturer of the Fuba School of Music, which I think also has luminaries, some like Sibongile Khumalo and others who were also active at the school. She's the former program manager of the former voice of Soweto radio station, producer and presenter of the popular radio classical and choral music. She is the founder of Masakula Arts Promotions, a company that develops musical skills and talents of young people through workshops and training. She runs music workshops for Department of Education's choir conductors in preparation for schools' music competitions. She's a nominee in the CEO Magazine Women's Awards and in the arts category. Traveled extensively with you're going to have to help me up, Portia. There we go. Choral Society.
Yes.
Thank you. Performed as a singer with legendary Victor Tawny and his big band on a project called Jazz Meets Choral. That sounds amazing. I actually worked with Victor Ntoni as well many years ago.
Yes, he was amazing with
Yes.
harmony. Oh my God!
Yeah, he was an amazing man.
Yeah, trying to on stage, just bring a music and we all sing.
Yeah. Portia, so
No.
tell us what
Yes.
inspired you to start the Masikuli Arts Program?
Sorry, you want to know about tell you more about my program?
Yes,
Program.
please tell us what prompted you to, after all your, because I know that you're a performing artist in your own right and you've just released an album, but please tell us why, and you will talk about that just now, but tell us why you started this program and where's it based?
Oh, the program is based at the Central Methodist Church. And the reason why I actually started this, it was actually when I was waiting for the radio station, when I had classical and choral music. At the last leg of the show, it used to be for the local artists who actually compose local hymns, like the Zion Church and church music. And when we had discussions with them, most of them were unsigned, and they were not aware of their music rights. Like they didn't know about copyright.
Yeah.
So it actually prompted me, because at the Methodist Church, I had a community music school. But now we were just teaching young people music theory, and also informing them the reason why we're teaching them music theory, in order for them to be enabled to write their music, their own music in a written form, in a score, and also be able to read sheet music, and also it will be good for them for archiving their music, and also to learn different keys and their ranges. So,
right.
But now when I picked up that there's also an awareness about music rights, and then I also talked to them about music rights. I just to find out if they are aware of music rights. Because the artists the artists who have already recorded, the ones I was interviewing, they were actually in a gray area when it comes to royalties.
Well, it's just about the overall arching of music business. I mean, I know that some courses, I started a music performance course in 2012, and a great segment and credit weighted in the course is music business. It's not just about legal, but also about the issues of marketing and publicity and management. Yes. Because a lot of people don't take into consideration, of course, that there's a huge back end machine when an artist goes live, you know what I mean, or goes on to recording, and people don't realize that there's a very serious business to this. And so many people, when you think of how many people have been ripped off by not securing their legal rights in terms of their intellectual property, so yes, it's a good thing.
And Trevor, and Trevor, what also I have observed, that's the reason why I'm having these music rights online. It's for the young people who are actually following me. I read their comments. They are actually unsigned. They're recording on these other small record companies, and they're not aware that after recording, they can actually go and submit their music so that they are in the system of SEMRO. So what they do, they just on their own, they take their music to the record company, to the radio station and television stations to be aired there. They're just happy that they are playing this set,
and they don't realize that. They're just happy to hear themselves on air. The other one was saying to me, "So today they played me 5 times, and yesterday they played me almost 8 times at a TV station, and I have so many people calling me." And then he didn't know that after the playlist, then the playlist has to be taken to South African Music Rights, so that South African Music Rights can collect money from those establishments. So they're not aware of that.
They're not aware of being able to monetize.
That's the thing. That is the thing.
And of course, radio stations with limited budgets are will readily exploit them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
Sorry to interject.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And right now, during lockdown, the radios they play music, but there's no royalties given
Yeah.
to anyone.
Yeah, yeah, that's
They don't have,
that's the
they
harsh
don't have money.
reality,
You see?
and especially when there is no knowledge of the greater business of music,
That's
and
the thing, the knowledge.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you see, when you don't have the knowledge, like for instance, when I was teaching young people to enable themselves to write music, to be able to read music, to be playing the instrument.
yeah,
Right now, I'm teaching the young people in Hillbrow. It's a volunteer program that we're doing. It's outreach in Hillbrow, Malvern, and Soweto, from the ages of 8 to 16. We're teaching them music so that they can be able to basic music, writing, and also reading a music sheet. And play instrument. We provide recorders so that they play.
yeah,
And then now they're happy. The outcome is good.
yeah.
And
Well, that's
then
great.
we want to start them small, when they're still young, because now they're happy. They're happy that they value themselves. Now they can play in particularly Africa. They will sing in other songs also. They will sing to me. They even play at school. They take a record and put them in the bag, and then they play at school. They call that they assemble to come and play. And then last year we went to Mandela Day, and then I organized them to perform at a Sunday school at Alex FM.
Yeah,
they were very happy. And then when you're happy, you see the value of what you do from the young age.
Yeah,
And
but I
then
must say, starting music theory at a young age is a far better idea than trying to teach 19-year-olds music theory.
You're right.
I can tell you something, because it's a language on its own, and I can tell you this much, that you know how many apples I've cut up into quarters to illustrate what a bar means. To 19-year-olds, it's a bit embarrassing, really, because
and Portia, in terms of this and your recording career, I mean, you've just released an album. Is that right?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you properly.
You've just released an album, have you not? Your own?
Yes. You know what? Because I was a teacher at Fuba.
Yeah.
When I was hired for Voice of Soweto, it was not my interest at all to record. I just thought, no, it's not me, it's not for me. And then my students used to say, now you are at the radio station, why don't you compose and then you'll play yourself? No, I didn't. I recorded an album just before World Cup 2010. I think maybe I was inspired by the World Cup.
Right. And what has the traction been on the album?
It's nice. It's okay. It's fine, because after recording, and then there were visitors from Germany who visited the Central College. We came here to launch their organization that is called the Devil Game International Programs, which is actually trying to bring together the artists, especially in music.
Yeah.
So they actually invited me because they wanted to talk about music education in schools, and then somebody invited me and said I should come and talk about the music in schools. And a day before, I had just launched my album. I sing other songs and keep it.
Getting back to music in schools, tell me about how do you recruit the students that come to Masikuli?
To recruit them, because I send them to my website to see what is happening, and then some. At the moment, what I do, I actually put it on my Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, because before, when I was on radio, I used to I got many students from when I announced on radio, and then the DJs would also announce for me. Yeah, but now I've got a website and I've got the number. They can even call me or come to Portia Masitole and Portia Masitole Arts on Facebook.
Darling, how do you get funding to run your project?
I don't. In actual fact, when I was on radio, with the programs, because the listeners asked if I should also include other disciplines of the arts. So Masitula didn't only focus on music and music rights. We also have a Fridays, because we're using it was a program within a show from 3 to 4. So we used to alternate. We did also have discussions about dance, where we invited David April and Honorable Caesar Glazer to come and talk about education in dance, so that young people know that dance is it is not just dance.
Yes.
There's also education behind. Like you have to learn choreography and all that. Just like music, when you learn the theory.
Yeah.
So we also invited Honorable Mr. John Kani to talk to our show, because we also talked about drama. So it became, and it just became a big thing and very enjoyable also.
So,
when the art, you might think people know, people don't know.
Well, the introduction but the introduction of formal music training at a young age will also help students. Is intrinsically linked to things like mathematics, for instance. You know what I mean? So it does help develop the brain. It helps them understand a new coding of language.
Absolutely, and to work as a team.
And Portia, I mean, you and Trevor are both music.
It's a team, and then you learn a lot. You learn to read staff notation and tonic solver at the same time.
Sure.
There's such a lot at once.
Yeah.
And Portia, you and Trevor are both from the music genre, should we say? I'm from dance, and that's how I know about you. Because I was artistic director with moving into dance, and your daughter, Carbonina, who is very well known, South African actress, TV presenter, dancer, choreographer, fitness and wellness coach, businesswoman, singer, won awards, been nominated for Best Actress and all that.
Yes.
And she was an ex-graduate of moving into dance with Sylvia Glasser and David April.
Yeah, she's for moving into dance, that's why. She's for moving into dance because she loved dance. When she was young, she used to look at check the mirror, and then she kept on dancing.
So you knew from early she was going to be a performer.
I realized that I'm not going to waste time, because when she passed the matric, she said to me, I want to go and study public relations at Dunedin. I said, no. You're going to go to a dance school.
Oh, really? Well, most parents would have the opposite reaction. They would say, don't you dare go to the creative arts.
Public relations.
Yeah.
I said, you do public relations as an artist.
Yeah.
Because you can observe a child from a young age who she's going to be, and the child knows herself or himself who he wants to be when he's young. Because I still remember that when I was brought up by my grandfather, there were dance competitions and music competitions. I just wanted to go and sing. All what I wanted, I remember very well that I want to go and sing. And then there was when I was 16 in Soweto at home, I used to go to the Central Methodist Church, and I was in a choir. And one day I was asked to stand alone and sing. And then I was singing. I sang. And then this gentleman said, this child one day is going to find himself in America. So when I am in America, I remember this guy wherever I travel.
Yeah, good.
That's really said.
Portia, we're going to wrap it up because, but I just wanted to know. I mean, with the future going ahead, I mean, where are we going in terms of keeping the project alive? I mean, are you applying for funding from the DHE or whatever the case may be?
I have National Arts Council. I applied until I got tired. I just left it. Really, because when I was at the radio station, I received a call from Funda Center. From Funda Center, from the youth program, which was called the President Award Youth Empowerment Program.
Yeah.
So I met this guy, and then then we suggested to partner, and then we did partner for about a year. We actually created rehabilitation programs that we took to the correctional services to teach young people there. to write music, and also we recruited some actors from Market Theatre, and then we did the outreach.
Well, that's
the youth-
fantastic. Portia, thanks so much for giving us
Thank
some
you
of your
so
time.
much. Wonderful
If you want
chat.
to know more about the Masikuli Arts Project, please go to Masikuli. I'll spell that for you, MASICULE.co.za. And thanks for listening on the Grumpy Old Homos, Portia. It's very,
thank you very much for inviting me.
and,
I'm very honored.
it's
Thank you
a
very
pleasure.
much. Thanks, Mark. And
Thank you.
Trevor.
We're very
Yeah.
interested, obviously, in the development of anything creative in our country. So, any further news and any further developments, make sure to keep us posted. Okay.
Thank you. We'll do that.
Fantastic. Thank you so
I'll
much.
definitely do that. I'll keep you posted.
Love you
I'll
lots.
ask other people to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care, darling. Take care.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Bye.
appreciate it.
A pleasure.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Night.
Bye. Good night.
That was Portia Kubeka from the Masikuli Arts Project
Yeah.
in
Amazing
Soweto.
work they're doing.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing to see that even at a grassroots level, people are still trying to develop and are developing new performers and artists and training people.
But also
in
how
but-
important art is in terms of development.
and in discipline.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it teaches you to be robust. It teaches you to be dogmatic about us getting something right, and I think that's what the most amazing thing is about the performing arts.
Yeah.
Okay, when we come back after this little twinkle twinkle in the background,
That's beautiful, Matthew.
Very
Oh,
Matthew, where'd you find that,
yeah,
Charlie?
you're adding so much to the
Yeah.
show.
We're going to listen to a bit of this, and when we come back, we're going to hook up with Debbie Turner,
CEO of Cape Town City Ballet.
Yeah. Okay, and we'll get you to do the splits on air, Mark.
Oh,
Okay,
God, there's
yeah.
no space.
Yeah, on top of the desk, darling.
I
Okay,
haven't
we'll be right back.
warmed up. Okay.
And we're back. It's Debbie Turner.
Yeah, Debbie.
Hello, darling. Welcome to the Grumpy Old Homo show in Joburg. How's it going there? Beautiful Kaapstad.
Yes. Hello, guys. How are you guys doing? It's beautiful in Cape Town.
Yes, accepting, of course, all the juntas going on, with all the marches and the stuff. What's going on there?
One moves between home and work, and that's about it. So
Yeah.
So, should we do a little intro? Okay, I'm not. I mean, your CV is about 12 pages, like worse than mine. But Debbie Turner. Actually, I know Debbie for I don't know how many years, but many. When we used to do flamenco dancing, hole, together.
You too. Did you also dance flamenco with
Yeah,
Debbie?
she was fantastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and all that.
Mm.
Debbie was appointed CEO of Cape Town City Ballet in October 2018. She's also executive and artistic director of the Cape Dance Company, which is now dormant as a result of her appointment. I'm not going to go on.
No,
Right?
but Debbie,
I mean,
don't I know you from Durban somehow? No. Have you always been
you may do. I was in Durban for the first 10 years of my life, even though I was born in Cape Town. So I left Durban when I was about 10.
Yeah.
So
did you run away from home?
but maybe we were at school together or something. Chelsea Drive,
no.
Primary, Sunningdale Infant School.
No, not me. I think I'm older than you.
And he's too fat to put it into the school anyhow. So, Deb,
I'm over it. I'm so over it. Don't worry.
Just to say, personally, I'm so proud of you, and I think it's amazing what you've achieved and done and persevered at doing. So your appointment was exciting for me because it's like new blood, new outlook, new perspective. I love what you've done in terms of just even the posters and stuff. That the look and feel of the company just changed.
I want to go back a little bit on the history of the company because I mean, I was around at the time where Phyllis and everybody went Edward. I used to play the piano class for. There was a very feisty Russian woman who used to teach class up at the studios behind the Baxter Theatre. That takes us back a couple of decades. But is this the Cape Town City Ballet? Has they taken over from the old K-Pab dance company, ballet company? Is this a reincarnation of the K-Pab ballet company?
Well, in actual fact, it never really missed a beat. They didn't sort of go a day without work. It just, when the government funding was withdrawn in the sort of early to mid 90s, a new company was constituted under the name of Cape Town City Ballet, and the people that were there continued to carry the flag and continued it running to where it stands today. So we can all be forever grateful for that. So the company is in its 86th year now.
Sure,
that's correct. I mean, tell me now. We're talking about the training of performers and obviously keeping performers working and that kind of stuff. But the point is that at one stage, Professor David Poole and Dulcie Howes and Professor Liz Trichart, and these are the people that I know from the company in those days. Is there still a formal qualification that is being part of the program, part of your training program? Please tell us what's happening with that, because I mean there used to be a degree in ballet, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't part of the company. It was
part of the UCT. Yes, yeah. So I might get my lines
crossed. But it ran alongside.
They used to be in parallel, and the company used to come and dance in these studios and that kind of stuff. Tell us how it's going now.
So Cape Town City Ballet doesn't operate out of the UCT campus anymore. It was there for a very long time, and 2017, the end of 2016, it moved to other premises, or it left UCT and then moved into new premises in 2017. And sadly, the dance degree, as we all knew it, that became a degree course in 1998 and had been obviously a diploma course before then, doesn't actually exist in that form anymore. It's there's been a collaborating and a joining of parts of the drama school with the dance school. And I forgive me, but I don't even actually know the title of the degree that exists now. But it is, a coming together of many artistic disciplines. So no, at the moment there's not a degree, a pure degree in dance in Cape Town at UCT anymore, which is a very sad thing. And doesn't, it just means that ballet companies and pure dance companies really have to engage with the teachers in private schools so much. We always did, but it's so essential for children, young boys and girls, to be coming through the private dance schools, because that's all we have now to really feed the companies. And there's quite a few pre-professional musical theatre schools in the country, but in terms of pure dance schools at a tertiary level, there's not a lot, and there seems to be less and less students. How can I put this politely? Really wanting to go the distance and do the hours and the years that it takes to enter dance at a professional level. So that's a challenge at the moment. It really is.
Well, because then, you have to rely on people doing Chiquetti and whatever the case may be, and RAD, with the suitable grades to give you, to from whence you could recruit dancers. Because I had a look at your website, obviously, because I'm very curious. But the recruitment part of promising dance stars, that must be even more difficult now, since that there is no formal qualification other than those two, training methods.
Yeah, it's really sad. I grew up on those diplomas existing, and so many people aspired to doing those things, even though people study many different dance methodologies, within the classical ballet technique. We have got teachers of Vaganova now in South Africa, and then teachers that have kind of formulated and curated their own program, let's say, through training in Giacchetti, training in RAD, training Vaganova, and various other methods, and then created their own work, and are producing well, but not producing enough. And then, of course, there's always the age-old story of not enough young men coming through any of the schools in order, for us to have purely South African companies, although, having international energy in a company, of course, is also really important, just from a cultural exchange point of view. But there's just not enough coming through in South Africa at all. And it's not for the lack of teachers trying, and highly skilled teachers in South Africa. We've always been known for the highly skilled dance teachers, and particularly classical teachers, that we have in South Africa. But there just needs to be many, many more students coming through. But there's such a diversity of interest today. There's this tendency to be, Mondays hockey and Tuesdays horse riding and Wednesdays ballet, that stuff. And we all know that in the performing arts, and particularly in dance, unless you have, for women, started young, the future is a massive challenge, and probably not that bright, whereas young men can come to dance a little bit later and still be very successful at it. But it's a problem with sufficient skill coming through, because talent is one thing. Skill is another entirely.
Well,
So,
I've always said that to students in the performing arts, is that your talent is not enough. Never enough. So tell me, darling, sorry, Mark, go ahead.
But Debs, sorry, can I call you Debs?
only my
But must have been a hell of a challenge to take over an institution that's so old, and yeah, I mean, acceptance possibly as the leader of the pack now. But I know you're a dynamic, strong woman, and you handle it with grace and ease and beautiful. I really am proud of you. Honestly, it is fantastic. But then COVID hit them. And I mean, with all the pressure of funding and not being able to do this and no income and no box office, and I mean, that must have like disrupted a lot of your plans in terms of a 3-year or 5-year or whatever plan. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly did and has, and I must say, I mean, mid-March, it felt like
God.
two cricket bats to the head at the same time. We were sort of 6 weeks into a brand new staging of A Swan Lake by Maynard Gielgud, who had come out from London. And we had David Peden, an international ballet master that was with us. They had to, they sort of had a week of waiting time to get onto their flights to go home. We were closing in on shutdown or lockdown, should I say. And it was crazy because, one became aware in the second week of February that there was something going on. Second week of March, that there was something going on, and something that things that I read and saw made me rush off to Pick and Pay and go and buy all the hand sanitizer I could find and the
toilet paper.
And I went into the studio and just said to the dancers, look, you can't use the public toilets in the venue anymore. Just only use the Cape Town City Ballet dedicated loos. Here's hand sanitizer, blah, blah, all that stuff. And I remember they looked at me like I was a little bit, isn't she overreacting a bit? But I almost felt like I was overreacting myself because I didn't really know what I was dealing with. And then, of course, came the announcement on the 15th of March, and wham, and it all came to an end.
Hell, Debbie, you just went into mom mode and you just protected your kids. That's what you did. I mean, you did your best. Yeah. Like many moms I know.
Yeah. So, But also, I mean, now, I mean, that's how Grumpy Old Homo started. It's 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
What is it, 9 months now? Without a salary, without a job, without in and out of depression, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, you're bouncing back a bit, huh? Back on stage, December. You've got to.
Yes. I mean, obviously, one says that with your fingers and toes crossed because. Who knows what can happen, and one has to be very pragmatic, I think, about the steps forward. So I have, in the one file in my head, I have the fact that this can be shut down at any time. But at the same time, it's no good me or anybody else, resting in that place in your head and not doing anything to move it forward. So keep that file, there, but move forward with what you can. And we went back into the studio on the 5th of June, very tentatively, and then we've slowly taken minute steps forward to a point where, we all in class together, and we have created work in the time of COVID, and we've made a suite of 7 choreographers' works that are sort of 5 to 7 minute pieces, 5-6 dancers, pas de deux, pas de trois, and we've laced it together with the words of the well-known poem Desiderata. And also we are putting up Serenade as well in that December program, which is really great. And you know what is so interesting about this is that obviously the Balanchine works, as are most works around the world, very tightly looked after and curated as they should be. And we are on Tuesday, after getting the ballet back on its legs and on its feet. Our wonderful Kim Vieira, who's managed to get that done. But we're now having a Zoom rehearsal with our repetiteur from Atlanta on Tuesday to start, the sort of fine tuning of Serenade before it goes on the stage. It's a collaboration with the Cape Town Opera, not Cape Town Opera, Cape Town Philharmonic. Sorry, I was thinking about our other collaboration that we did with Cape Town Opera.
Brag.
Cape Town Philharmonic. So, the dancers are going to be dancing to a live orchestra. So the musicians get to play again. And we all just feel so grateful for that being able to happen. And the 1,500-seater auditorium will have 300 people in the house.
Oh, so sad. But at least there's 300 people, huh?
They just need to bring the energy of 1,000. That's all. And they will. I know they will. We have a very, very supportive audience here in Cape Town. So,
Debbie, the other day I had to go into the National School of the Arts and help somebody with a video of them doing class for a kind of audition video. And oh God, that feeling of just being in a studio again was just the most incredible thing. It's like all very well Zoom and all that kind of rubbish.
Tell me about tomorrow's dancers. I mean, there's an active outreach program and a recruitment process. Tell us how that works. So, does the company, when under normal circumstances, and even that word's a bit of a spit word at the moment, but under normal circumstances, the company would go to schools and elect them and that kind of stuff. What is your
we have a lovely program on a Saturday morning that starts with a young male development program, and then we have 3 different community programs that come in. So what the stance that I take is that I like to empower young teachers that are already taking their own initiative in their own communities and starting their own schools, which a lot of people have. So it's not really about, taking those students away from those teachers, because I believe that the best dancers that South Africa has created over the last 60, 70, 80 years have been made in private dance studios, where the teacher is 150% committed to those young people being successful. They work all hours of the night, they work all weekend. And it's what I want to do in terms of my position that I hold is to help those teachers further by supporting their initiatives, not trying to take a stance on, when the kids are this good, then you can hand them over to Cape Town City Ballet, because that's a little bit soul destroying also for teachers. So it's about engaging with
an entire community that has been created. Exists.
So enabling people to do more than what they feel that they can do on their own, and building a community of mutual respect with the teachers and with the students, and with participation in our productions. And just teachers work damned hard. I mean, whether you're a school teacher or whether you're a dance teacher or whatever you teach, teachers work damned hard. And I didn't show enough. I became grateful only as a mature adult for what I received as a young student of dance. Your Sunday morning rehearsals at 9 o'clock, Mark, you will recall how none of us would be enamored with that. And
after this, we're drawing in the patsy the whole night.
There we go. And Mavis coming and dragging people out of bed, which didn't, not me, but maybe you, Mark.
Straight from the club.
So, those are the things that I didn't appreciate enough when I was a young dancer. And so I just would like to support the teachers that support the dancers.
Well, that's amazing because I think I think you'd be surprised how much, how alienated so many teachers feel because they feel like they alone in the woods, with the school of students, and to know that they have that kind of support from a professional company and from an executive, that is an amazing project, I think, and I'm sure that you bring them in together when you can, for teachers workshops. Do you do that kind of stuff, that development process?
Yes, we do, but of course we had so many great things planned for this year with lots of visitors coming from various parts of Europe, which of course were just sort of put on hold, but they're on hold rather than cancelled. It's all just everything from 2020 has kind of been pushed into 2021 and further afield.
Yeah. Well, we will get over this ghastly here.
God. We have to.
So the season, the limited season that you're doing on the 10th, 11th, 12th of December, is that the final season for this year? Or
yes,
are you
doing
something else? Okay.
Yeah,
Tell me, what's happening on Tuesday? You said there's a live stream.
Oh, no, they're going to be rehearsing with the repetiteur.
Yeah. On Tuesday.
The serenade on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we're doing some in-house performances. So that's a place that we've put a little bit of energy, is taking our space and turning it into like a black box kind of environment theatre with rostra and like a nice performance space that is informal. And we're having some classical extracts performances there next week. And I mean, obviously,
is this all online?
No. This is in person. In person, in our space. Quite a big studio. It's 388 square meters.
But so we watch it online.
Pardon?
No, you got to go there.
You've got to go there. Give me an air ticket. Come on, give me an air ticket.
So only 50 people in the space at one time, but it's all sold out, which is great. I'm really chuffed about that. With 5 performances, and people are just desperate, I think, to have that live art experience that we all took a little bit for granted.
Your in-house performances include extracts from Sleeping Beauty, Carmen, and Swan Lake, and they happen on Wednesday, the 25th of November at 7:00.
But you can't go because it's sold out.
Thursday the 26th at 4 and 7, and Friday the 27th at 7:00, and Saturday they're all sold out. How many tickets are you have made available for these performances?
50.
It's only 50. We only allowed 50 per performance.
Have you taken up a permanent space at the Rondebosch Rec Centre? I mean, in terms of your studio.
Well, yes. I mean, I hope it's permanent. We're on a lease with the City of Cape Town, which I'm very grateful for, and we definitely bring a lovely cultural aspect to the area of Rondebosch, Rosebank Observatory, Pinelands area, and we are also actually getting other groups, other dance companies in to do performances in our space when we're not using it. So, for example, New World Dance Theatre in 2 weeks' time, we'll have some performances there. And
I think the two of you should go back to your flamenco roots.
Riva.
Mark,
when last have you done a little flamenco, Debbie?
Wow. It was in Dubai in I want to say like 2002, something like that. I stopped dancing at about 35. I think it feels like 100 years ago. But one misses it in a way.
Are you older than 35?
I'm 38, Mark.
I'm 42. Yeah, right.
Debbie, I'm not sure you can see, but Matthew is busy showing behind the scenes of the company on air. It's amazing. It's amazing to see. I miss it so much.
Yeah.
I just love it when the ballerinas clap their point shoes with a hammer.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a special place.
Yeah.
Mark actually got me to play for ballet class in Durban. I was good at it for a while.
Yeah, until you got really fat.
You said there are no sacred cows, yeah, Debbie.
Yeah.
But we thank you very much for taking the time out to come and talk to us.
Oh, it's lovely. I can't wait to see you. Again.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
I've seen you for ages.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, just to recap, of course, there's an exciting short season back on stage at the Arts Cape, the 10th, 11th, and 12th of December. Please get your tickets. Dial a seat 021 421 7695. The Cape Town City Ballet, in collaboration with the Cape Town Philharmonic Orchestra, under the baton of Brandon Phillips, are proud to be back on stage at Artscape. And I think I remember I saw my very first Swan Lake there with Edward and Phyllis. And I remember those
carried on a tree at the back.
you probably yeah.
Last weekend, and we saw Philip. We were with Phyllis's husband. He's with last weekend. Yeah, Philip. We were with Philip for the weekend. Last weekend, we had the best time reminiscing and talking all about those times.
Well, I mean, what I'm very pleased about is the fact that you're performing with a live orchestra, because that makes me happy, because I'm actually, I used to be there and I miss it a lot. But things have changed. And we are going to say thanks very much for taking the time with us. And we're going to say we wish you a big chukas for your season.
Thank you very much.
And love and admiration always. Mark?
Yeah, Debbie. Yeah.
It's becoming a nostalgic old Morphe,
It
this
is.
one.
I am. I'm about to cry. Thank you so much for joining us. And I wish you and the company all the very, very best. And Matthew, just beat this out. Shitloads of money. Okay. All right.
Mark, thank you. And Trevor,
Darling,
thank you.
I know it's really, really hard in these times, and with our government and arts and culture and all that kind of crap.
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
It just makes us all depressed. But I'm very. It sounds terrible. I'm proud of you, but it's condescending. But
anybody who still carries the torch loudly and robustly, we are very proud of.
Love you lots, and love to all the dancers. I can't wait for my opening night tickets. Thanks, and an airplane ticket. Thanks so much, Charlie. And thanks for putting on lipstick. I love that. Okay.
Thank you for you.
Okay.
Much
love, darling. Take care.
Take care,
You
baby.
too. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
That was the wonderful Debbie Turner, the Chief Executive Officer of the Cape Town
Can
City
you imagine
Ballet.
what she's going through?
Oh, can you imagine? Just imagine. I mean, not only that, just having the level of responsibility for all those dancers in the company, and obviously keeping the work and rolling during these trying times. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're eligible for awards from the state president.
Which won't happen.
No, never. So, darling, what's happening coming up? We're going to be talking to some gay dads next.
My gosh.
Yeah. We're going to be talking to, we haven't confirmed them yet, but we're going to be talking to Darren and his boyfriend and husband, and we're going to be talking to Gerard Bester, who are in a committed gay relationship, but also raising children. And I think that's an interesting conversation. So please don't hesitate to call and, to write to us. It would be very nice to get some feedback from you guys if you're listening. Please let us know at Trevor at grumpyoldhomos.co.za.
I'll get it right. Come on.
Yeah, let me try it again. Trevor at grumpyoldhomos.co.za. Write to us and tell us what's going on in your little gay world.
And if there's any questions you want to know about gay parenting.
Yeah, and how to adopt children and take them on. And, I think anybody takes on kids.
Brave.
Very brave. And they've got, big cojones. Children, once the purview of heterosexuals only. And now, of course, life has changed. And so,
thank gosh.
So, yeah, with that, we're a little early tonight, but we're going to sign off. Short.
Well,
You
give me a
got-
chance.
Yeah, well, you meant to step in, dear.
I am.
Yeah, carry on.
But can you breathe?
No, I can't.
I'm
hungry.
Tell you, there's a pigeon
Oh,
in
no.
Belgium
Yeah,
called New Kim. He's a racing pigeon,
yeah.
and a new record was set on his sale. Somebody bought him
Yeah.
for 1.6 million euro.
What, a pigeon?
A racing pigeon.
No.
My uncle, my dad.
We had Portuguese neighbors who used to race pigeons.
Yeah. My dad's sister's husband used to race pigeons in Florida.
No.
So whenever we
Florida,
Rudderport, yeah. Whenever we came up,
Yeah, but there's a very famous pigeon club there.
yes,
Racing pigeon club in Florida.
and whenever we came up on holiday, Saturday afternoon was spent under the peach tree while we waited for the racing pigeons to come back and making sure they go into the hook so you could catch them, take the band off their leg and put it into a little box to win. And he was like one of the champions.
I mean, right. My father used to call them flying rats because they used to get all kinds of pests.
Yeah.
You know, but they keep their coop clean and
I
stuff
didn't
like
realize they still did that.
that. Yeah. But I mean, you know, the pigeons played a major role in the war. Did you know that? They were signaled. They sent out messages and they tied them to their backs and they had little radio transmitters.
No, to the legs, not
to the
back.
legs. Yeah. Well, yeah, but there was a little. I've seen a photograph of a pigeon with a little
thing
pack on their back, literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But because there was something now a couple of days ago also that
How the hell did we get on to talking about pigeons? It's all your fault.
that's about numbers. But somebody found this little capsule somewhere,
Yeah.
and it was from the wall,
Yeah.
and it was a carrier pigeon, I think
Yeah.
I called them.
Yeah.
And there was this message which didn't get to anybody until now. So it's a bit late. But
What
that's
would the
quite
pigeon go
amazing.
down under enemy fire?
But, do you know what the B in RLB stands?
No, I wanted to tell you, it only takes 12 pigeons to make a pie. Do you know that?
12, was it? No, 4 and 20 blackbird. No, blackbirds, man.
No. Pigeon. I'm talking about a Victorian pigeon pie.
Yeah.
You must watch English Heritage more often. There's a woman that shows you. There's a woman that used to be a chef under real royalty. There's a woman who was a chef in Buckingham Palace, and they've got
You're talking cuck.
No, I swear to you. And they've got the original recipe book, which is kept at Windsor Castle.
Yeah.
A recipe book that she over all her notes. And in that book is a pie made out of pigeons. Made of pigeons. It's amazing. And they line it with forced meat with pork, minced pork and veal and blah. And then they pack all these pigeons and they make this huge pie that stands this high and it's all rounded and ornate. It gets forced into, you know, in the old days, the pie crust was actually just for them to contain the stuff. They never ate the crust like we do today. You know,
Really?
I can slaughter a garage pie in a second.
I love a garage pie.
But I mean, those days, it was just a vessel to cook in. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
So they didn't really eat the pastry because
So you had to have 12 pigeons. I mean,
12 pigeons.
shoot, that
I'm
must have been
going to
out
send
of
you the
a-
link when I get home. I promise you.
It must have been out of a big pie.
It was a big pie because, you know, those days they catered for lots of people.
Yeah.
So we've got our copyrightless music playing as an underscore
Oh,
for
gosh.
our merry exit. Yeah.
boring.
So you're going to tell us
I
more?
want to tell you,
Yeah.
what is the B in oral B? You know, like toothbrush or whatever.
Yeah.
What does the B stand for?
Where the hell did you get this?
I got it from somewhere.
Yes, what does it stand for?
Brush. Oral B.
You're a loon. You know that you're a complete loon.
And you know, yesterday, in 1963, was the first push button telephone went into service.
Really? 1963.
That was the year after.
Well,
our
South
call.
Africa took a while to catch up, I can tell you.
Yeah, I think we only got TV.
We had rotary dials for all of my primary school.
You had those plug-in keyboard.
Well, yes, it was a little ratchet.
No
that
more
was-
to believe.
Yeah, I remember that. Hey, that was hysterical. I remember one of my favorite programs, and we weren't really allowed to listen to Afrikaans when we were children.
Weren't you?
My mother was an anti-apartheid activist, so
Yeah,
she
well.
couldn't stand them. Anyway, but no, ek was skrikkelik felle, and ek is mal oor 'n boerseun. Mal vir 'n boerseun. Okay.
Did you admit that on air?
Yes, well, I don't care anymore. I'm 56 and nobody really cares anymore.
No, no one cares at all.
But with these dulcet tones in the background, we're going to say goodbye.
Yeah. Have a
Anyway.
fantastic weekend.
And we're going to say thanks to Matt again, as always, for standing by us and looking after us.
Looking hot in shorts.
Oh,
God.
mm.
Yeah, baby.
Anyway.
Oh.
Mark,
Sure.
control yourself. Anyway, it's been amazing. Have a wonderful
Yeah.
weekend. And, if you're going to be bad, be good at it. And, we'll see you guys on air on Monday at 7:00. And we'll be talking to, some gay parents.
Gays.
Yeah, gays.
Guys with kids.
Yeah, queers. I mean, it's amazing how that word has evolved. Hey, we've discussed this before, but here we go. Queers alert everywhere. Okay. Until Monday, we say goodbye.
We love you. Bye.
Okay. Oh, click, Matthew.
Come on.
Hey, yes you. I Love Marvel.live presents Black Friday, an on-air advertising opportunity for your business. For just 250 Rand, you can advertise your product or service on our platform for 10 minutes. And guess what? It's to an audience of 170,000 viewers. That's crazy. For more information, dial 011-718-2600 or simply email ilam.livesales@gmail.com. Increase your sales today. Don't be an idiot.